The compact car segment is very competitive and it's not easy for car makers to establish a name for themselves on it. And yet Ford succeeded with the Focus.
In 1998, Focus replaced the Escort. The Focus design shows continuation of a new line started by the Ford Ka. While most competitors in the compact segment used a torsion beam axle, Ford took a multi-link rear suspension from the Mondeo, reworked it and put it into the Focus. As a result, the Focus handled great and became popular with people who like to drive. The third generation you see here debuted in 2011 and was given a facelift in 2014. The refreshed car gets slightly sharper lines here and there, and there's a new signature grille, resembling the one from the bigger Mondeo. However, the biggest changes are under the bonnet and on the options list. Depending on the market, you may still get one or two Duratec engines, but majority of petrol engines are now turbocharged EcoBoosts, 1 or 1.5 liter, producing between 100 and 150 horsepower. There may be a factory-installed LPG version too. And then there's the new 1.5 liter diesel, producing 105 or 120 horsepower. Here we have the latter. The options list includes, among others, an improved park assist system and Mk3 infotainment system. Bear in mind, the 2011 Focus could already be specified with adaptive cruise control and collision warning system. The 490-liter boot remains far behind Volkswagen Golf, Honda Civic or Toyota Auris, also with the seats folded. Under the floor there's an optional mini spare. There are also hooks for your shopping and a 12-volt socket. In order to fold the backrest flat, you should first theoretically lift the seat cushions, but unless you really want the extra centimeters, you don't have to bother.
With the wheelbase of about 265 centimeters, the Focus is in the middle of its segment. So, if the driver and the passenger are about 180 centimeters tall, an average size passenger in the back should fit. There is enough legroom. Now, there is this big tunnel here in the middle, but it's not as big. I can squash it with my foot, so I don't know why there's so much empty space in there. Between the passengers, there's an armrest with two cup holders, but there is no storage in here, and there is no ski latch. So if you're carrying skis, you'll have to fold one of the seats, or I don't know, maybe put them through here, which I don't think is very safe. What else? The plastics, very hard, not very pleasant to touch. I think in the Golf it's much more pleasant in the back.
The dashboard hasn't changed much, except for the 8-inch Mk3 infotainment display. It's my second encounter with the Mk3 and I'm still not moved by it. There's too much happening on the display. I like the voice command dialing, but you don't need Mk3 for that. In Poland, in some cases, you also have to know the first name of the person the street is named after for SatNav to find it. Let me know in the comments below how it works in your market. There's plenty of space in the front for your stuff. Cup holders are designed to hold a bigger bottle of water, just in case. There's one USB port inside and another one is under the armrest, along with a 3.5mm jack socket and an SD card slot for SatNav and a 12-volt socket. Storage under the armrest is small, but there is a decent glove box and the door bins are relatively big. And you can even change colors of ambient lighting. I just wonder why you'd pay extra for electric seats when they don't have memory.
Handling is the best part of every Focus. You don't need to buy the sporty ST or RS model to feel some sportiness behind the wheel. The steering is direct and nicely weighted. The suspension is stiff, almost hard, so don't get a Focus if you expect a cushy ride. The gearbox, it has a short throw and the entire cockpit seems to surround you as the driver. And this also goes for the 120 horsepower diesel, which I'm driving right now, so be careful because there are probably a couple of child seats in the back. Have you ever poured the wrong type of fuel in a car? Well, I know I have. Well, but not in this car because it comes with Easy Fuel, which doesn't allow you to insert the wrong nozzle into the fuel tank. The problem with this diesel is the noise it makes. It's a good thing this car comes with automatic stop and start technology, so at least you don't embarrass yourself at the lights. Ford claims this car will do less than 4 liters per 100 kilometers in the combined cycle, which is a bit optimistic, just as slightly above 4 liters per 100 kilometers in the urban cycle. I think 6 liters in the combined cycle and let's say 6.5 in the urban cycle is more realistic. What I also like about Fords is how the trip computer information is presented. So on one screen I've got my day trip, my average fuel consumption, my instant fuel economy, and my distance to empty. In other cars I have to click through all these options, and here I have them all on one screen, and I think that's very important if you want to drive the car economically.
The seats are comfortable, visibility is good, the noise level is okay. This is a car I want to drive. And just to make my journey less stressful, Ford offers a system for avoiding collisions in city traffic, blind spot monitoring, lane assist, a system recognizing speed limits, or an automatic parking system. And even getting out of the car, I don't have to worry about my or my neighbor's paint job, because Ford offers door edge protection system.
Prices of the Ford Focus start at around 16,000 euros for a hatchback and 17,000 for an estate version. This titanium model with extra kit and a diesel engine costs around 30 grand. I don't say this often about cars, but I think Ford has done a great job with the Focus.
Watch more of my reviews and subscribe to my channel. New episodes every Friday. Comment, rate and share my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.